Even with so many NXT stars in this, it looks like it's the Japan is the one who's taking over. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm the Reign of Horror, and yes, it's been a long while since I've done a video, especially on wrestling. And the last time was very somber because I just watched that bullshit that was WrestleMania 33. But it's been almost a year since then. It's time for WrestleMania season, and it's time for the Royal Rumble. Or it was, because the Rumble is over now. And yeah, I'm here to talk about the show a little bit. So I have mixed feelings about this show. First things first. Didn't really watch the pre-show all that much. I actually missed the first match, which I think was a cruiserweight match from what I looked up. Didn't care. Was in the middle of the Revival versus Gallows and Anderson's match. Revival won, so they got their win back on the fucking pre-show, which nobody watches. And then there was the U.S. title Open Challenge, which was answered by Mojo Rawley, and he lost. Oh well, nothing much to talk about there. So let's get into the main show. They started off with the WWE Championship match, which was okay. Like it was a pretty good match. I mean, it features 3 amazing wrestlers, so of course it was going to be good. I was predicting Styles to win. He did, but he won by screwy finish. So I'm assuming there's going to be some sort of rematch. But considering what happened in the Rumble, I don't see Styles losing the title anytime soon. But yeah. AJ won when he pinned, rolling up Kevin Owens, even though it looks like Kevin Owens wasn't the legal man in that match. But yeah. Then we had the tag team title match, a 2 out of 3 falls match. This match was really underwhelming. You know, for 2 out of 3 falls match, I expected a long, drawn-out match. And instead what we got was a pretty lackluster match. Like, the Usos picked up the first win with some super kicks. Then Gable and Benjamin knocked down one of the Usos, set the other one up for an attack. And then the other Uso just rolled them up, 1, 2, 3. Pretty quickly after the first fall. And that was it. That was it. Nothing more. I expected at least a 3rd fall, but nope. 2 falls, Usos crush Benjamin and Gable. That's it. Pretty lackluster for 2 out of 3 falls smash. Especially with 2 teams that are so damn good that they could have put on a great match. Granted, I had a lot of network issues tonight, so that meant that I couldn't actually see the whole match because the network crapped out on me a bunch of times, but hey, it wasn't that big of a deal anyway. Anywho, then we had the men's rumble, which I had some predictions going into this event. I predicted AJ was gonna retain, and he did. I predicted the Usos were gonna lose, and they did not. So I was 1-1 on the predictions. Now, when I predict the Royal Rumble, I usually pick 3 victors because it's really difficult to pick. One of my entries was at least in. I picked 3 entries, only one of which was in the actual Rumble. That one was Finn Balor, who entered at number 2, with Rusev entering at number 1. If you're wondering, the other 2 was The Undertaker, because despite what I said in the previous one, I've since come around to the fact that there's no fucking way Taker's retired. He's gonna come back. He's gonna be in another match. Whether it's this year WrestleMania or next year, I don't know. But no, he's not done. Not whatsoever. He's gonna come back, guys. I predicted he was gonna come back in the Rumble. He did not. But oh well. I guess you can't win them all. But the other one I predicted was Neville. He walked out of the company a long time ago because of bad booking, and I was thinking the best way to get him back would be to put him in the Rumble and have him win the whole damn thing and face AJ Styles at Mania. He didn't show up, but that's not to say we didn't have a lot of surprise entrants. We had the NXT champion Andrade Cien Almas. We had Adam Cole from NXT. We had two legends actually. We had the Hurricane, who only lasted for a couple of seconds, and Rey fucking Mysterio. Rey Mysterio entered at number 27, the lucky number, and he lasted for a damn long time. He had 619, flew across the ring. He looked incredible. Like the last time he was in WWE, he was a bit pudgy, kind of. So he always wrestled with a shirt. Here, shirtless, went full steam, hit two 619s on Reigns. One single on Reigns, and then one on both Cena and Reigns. Oh, it was great. And then finally, a final surprise entrant was number 30, Dolph Ziggler. That had me worried, because a lot of people were predicting that that the whole thing about Dolph Ziggler relinquishing the US title was that he was going to come back in the Rumble and win the whole thing. Ziggler did come back. He entered the Rumble, and thankfully he was dumped out a few minutes later. Thank goodness. Done. And technically, I guess you could call Sami Zayn a surprise entrant, because he wasn't actually supposed to be in the Rumble. He entered. Number 10 was supposed to be Ty Dillinger, but Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn attacked him backstage, and then Sami took his spot. But either way, as we got close to the end of the Rumble, we were down to 3 on each side. We had John Cena, who's won 2 Rumbles, Randy Orton, who's won 2 Rumbles, Rey Mysterio on one side, who had won 1 Rumble. Then on the other side you had Roman Reigns, who's also won a Rumble, by the way, Finn Balor, and Shinsuke Nakamura. I think Rey was the first to be dumped out. No, wait, Randy was the first to be dumped out. Randy got knocked out, I'm not sure by who. I think maybe it was... No, it was Shinsuke. It was... No, it wasn't Shinsuke. Maybe it was Finn. I don't remember. Anyway, Orton got dumped out. Then Rey got dumped out. And we're down to the final 4. Shinsuke, Finn, Cena, and Reigns. And to my dismay, Finn was the first one out. I was really hoping Finn was going to win this, because that would have meant Finn got his shot at Brock Lesnar. Granted, I wasn't predicting Brock to win later on in the night, but I was still predicting Finn was going to win it, just as a security. But no, so we were down to 3. Cena, Reigns, and Shinsuke. And who won? Thank fucking goodness, Shinsuke Nakamura. Shinsuke won the whole thing, eliminating Cena and then eliminating Reigns. And then at the end, and Renee got in the ring and asked him, "Who do you want to face?" And he had only two words: AJ Styles. So yeah, we're getting AJ Styles versus Shinsuke Nakamura. I'm dead certain of it. They're not going to take the title off of AJ before that. As for the Rumble itself, it was pretty good. There was some good moments in there. Some cool returns. I am wondering though what they're gonna do, because obviously Andrade is the NXT champion, so he's just gonna go back to NXT. Adam Cole, I'm sure, is still gonna be in NXT. Hurricane was dumped out pretty quickly, so he was just there as a surprise entrant, and he didn't really do that much. So he's not gonna do he's not gonna be there. But Rey Mysterio was in there for a very long time, and he did a lot of good stuff. So wondering, is he gonna stick around? Is he gonna? I was almost gonna say, is he gonna be on 205 Live? I really hope not. I mean, sure, I'd love to see a match between him and Hideo Itami, but hey, one thing is that they've been talking about having a 205 Live general manager. Ray just showed up, so how about that? Rey Mysterio, the new general manager for 205 Live. Sounds good to me. As much as 205 Live is just going down the drain. I mean, look at the the championships. Fuck me. Like, first champion, T.J. Perkins, pretty much non-existent. Existent on the roster. Second champion, Brian Kendrick, injured. Third champion, Rich Swann. I hear that his charges have been dropped, so he's cleared, so he might come back soon, but yeah, that was a serious allegation against him. Fourth champion, Neville, left, and I was hoping he would come back, but he didn't. So that's still up in the air. Fifth champion, Akira Tozawa. Has pretty much done nothing since then. And then Neville got it back, and then the champion before recently, Enzo Amore. Yeah, I'm not gonna say anything on the matter. All I can say is that don't. I would encourage you not to make any sort of defense or praise for defense for Enzo or allegation against Enzo. The reason he was fired was simply because he didn't tell them about this investigation. Nothing has been cleared up. We don't know if he's innocent or not, but it's purely because he didn't tell them. And yeah, so you don't. So I don't want to say much else on the matter other than that. Anyway, enough about that. Congratulations to Shinsuke Nakamura. I'm looking forward to seeing the match between him and AJ at Wrestlemania. Moving on, we had the Raw Tag Team Championship match between three people who actually were in the Rumble, with three of the people who actually were in the Rumble match. We had Cesaro and Sheamus. Cesaro lasting a bit longer in the match, than being eliminated by Seth Rollins in a pretty decent way. And Sheamus, who entered, took everyone's punching bag. Heath Slater threw him in the Rumble, and then he got knocked out immediately. I need to look back on that because I don't know how long Sheamus was in there. It could be almost on. I almost think it was about 3 seconds actually, but Sheamus got dumped out pretty quickly. Anyway, and of course Seth Rollins, who made a very long time before being eliminated by Roman the piece of shit, and Jason Jordan, who pretty much sat out the entire match. Again, the network glitched out on me, so I didn't see most of it. But from what I can tell, Jordan just seemed like he was pretty much hurt throughout the entire match, and I think he was hurt going in. So Seth Rollins did most of the match there, and I was thinking. I mean, my prediction going in was that Jordan and Seth was going to retain because of how poorly the bar has been looking. Sheamus and Cesaro, which are called the Bar. was looking at going into this, having lost the titles worldwide twice, I was thinking that Sheamus and Seth Rollins and Jordan were going to retain. And as I saw the match, I was thinking maybe Seth is going to do all the work, and then Jordan's going to tag himself in and win the match for him. Nope. Jordan tags himself in, is too hurt to compete, tags Rollins in, he berates him for it. He gets knocked down. 1, 2, 3, and the Bar wins. So, counting the predictions, I was 1 up, 1 right, 3 wrong. My last 2 predictions had to be right for me to at least tie. I was wrong. Because, as I mentioned earlier, I was predicting in that triple threat match between Brock, Kane, and Braun, I was predicting that Braun was going to win it. He did not. The match itself, it was brutal, but it wasn't as brutal as I was expecting. It was a bit short. And unfortunately, it went as everyone predicted. Brock Lesnar pins Kane to win the whole damn thing. Braun was standing up and yelling at Brock, telling him he didn't beat him. So I'm hoping that means that they're going to do one more match between the two and Braun's finally going to win it. If not, give Finn Balor his match. Fuck Reigns versus Lesnar. I don't fucking care. I don't want to see that match. That's the one thing I want out of WrestleMania right now. I don't care about Styles versus Nakamura. I don't care about Undertaker making an appearance or something like that. What I want more than anything at WrestleMania right now is that Reigns versus Lesnar does not happen. Please, don't fucking do that. Anyway, so yeah, 4-1. Came down, and the only match left was the Women's Royal Rumble. I had 3 picks for this one as well. It was Becky Lynch, Nia Jax, and my number one pick to win the whole thing, Asuka. Because, I mean, 1, she has her own undefeated streak going. 2, she's the best female wrestler they have in the company. And 3, they're obviously going to set her up for a big match at WrestleMania. You know, with how much they're pushing her. So, yeah. I was thinking this was going to be great. So I was thinking she was going to go through the whole thing and go and win the whole thing. So anyway, the match. It opens with Sasha at number 1 and Becky at number 2. So yeah, another one of my picks starts at number fucking 2. Anyway, the match had a lot of... obviously, since there aren't that many females on the main roster, we had a lot of surprise entrants. A few legends, a few former women, and of course a couple of NXT people. One was surprising me a lot. One that surprised me a lot. Kairi Sane. Kairi Sane entered the match. Because here's the thing. At NXT the takeover before this, the match that they set up was Ember Moon versus Shayna Baszler for the NXT Women's Championship. And a lot of people told me that the reason they did this was because Kairi was injured and she was supposed to be the number 1 contender. But she didn't look injured to me at all. She was going around the ring doing a lot of moves, doing multiple elbow drops, so no, she was doing just fine. So, yeah, I'm not sure how well I'm going to take. So, yeah, I'm guessing that was just a kayfabe injury, just to build up Shayna. Oh, fuck. Again, haven't gotten a new a camera yet, so I'm still using the old laptop as a camera with that old webcam. And this thing barely works, but I can still use it for the time being. Anyway, moving on. We had Anyway, as for the other NXT person who entered was, well, since Almost entered the men's rumble, I was definitely expecting the women's champion to enter, and yep, Ember Moon shows up, selling her injury mad. By the way, that was great that they showed up her in she was selling it. She was selling it pretty damn well, not trying to not use her arm at all. So that was great. Anyway, as for other surprise entrants, well, the first one I believe was Lita, which I was expecting, and she did pretty decently. We got to see a couple of Twisted Fates. We got to see the Lita Salt on 2. It wasn't great, but hey, she's old. She can't do all her moves properly, but hey, it was pretty decent. We got Tori Wilson entered, Molly Holly, Kelly Kelly. One that really did one entrant that really did a good number was Michelle McCool. She entered and she eliminated a lot of people before she got taken out. She lasted in the Rumble pretty damn long. What else? Who else? Oh yeah, one bit of a joke entrant, Vicky Guerrero. She entered, screamed, "Excuse me," and then she got taken out by the rest of the women. What other surprise entrants were there? Both the Bella Twins, both of them showed up. Who else did we? Was there anyone else besides the number 30 entrant? Let's see, no, I don't think so. The last surprise entrant was Trish Stratus. Everyone in the world was predicting that it was going to be Ronda Rousey was going to be in the Rumble. Nope! She was not. She was not in the Rumble at all. It was Trish Stratus who was the last entrant. And she did pretty well for herself, delivering a double Stratusfaction to the Bella Twins. By the way, that was a surprise for me. Like, I guess I should have predicted Nikki to enter, but I had no idea that Brie was going to come back, because I thought she was retired by this point. But nope, she's back in. She came back for one night, helped her sister out, and got knocked out of the Rumble by the end. Because at the end of the match, it was Sasha Banks. The final 4 of the match was Sasha Banks. Both of the Bellas, and Asuka. Because Nia had been dumped out earlier by all the women. Sasha got taken out by the Bella Twins. As I mentioned, Nikki took out her own sister, and it was down to the last 2. And by the end, it was a close call, but Asuka pulled it off. She won the whole damn thing. And they were about to do the same thing where Asuka was gonna choose who to face off against for the at WrestleMania. However, this time they had both the champions just out there watching the match and then going into the ring racing the championship. So Asuka could have picked. However, she got interrupted. So yeah, everyone was wrong about Rousey being in the Rumble. But she did show up. She came out, and I was really surprised about one thing. I mean, I wasn't that surprised that Rousey showed up. I mean, I was kind of expecting her to show up since everyone was talking about it. But I was pretty damn sure she was not going to be in the... She was at least not going to win the Rumble. Because that would just be dumb. But no, Asuka won the Rumble. But yeah, Rousey did in fact show up. She showed up, coming out to some a piece of music I haven't heard in a very long time. I think it's called Bad Reputation, but I don't remember who. But it's this is gonna sound like a meme, but I heard it from Shrek, the first Shrek ever. It's a song that plays. Ironically, it plays during a scene where Shrek actually enters a horse stable that looks like a wrestling ring and does a lot of wrestling moves. So, fitting. But anyway, Rousey comes out, has a bit of a Rowdy Piper sort of design on her shirt. Comes out in a big trench coat, walks around the ring, points at the Wrestlemania sign, points at either of them, reaches out a hand to Asuka, who slaps it away. Goes to shake hands with Stephanie and disappointingly doesn't lock her in some sort of arm submission after doing so. But yeah, Rousey is indeed here. She has debuted on WWE. Whether or not she's going to show up on Raw, we'll have to wait and see. And as for the Rumble itself, it was pretty good. Oh, a lot of surprise entrants, a lot of good maneuvers from either of them. Good finales. Asuka winning the whole thing, which she absolutely deserves because she's the absolute best. And yeah, overall, a pretty mixed Rumble if you ask me. Like, the Rumbles themselves were pretty damn good in my eyes. Like, at least like good amount of surprises. The right people won. I guess the right people won. I mean, yes, I was hoping more for Taker, Neville, or Balor to win the whole thing in the men's one, but hey, I don't mind that Nakamura won. It's at least a new face to win the Rumble that isn't poorly booked. Well, sorry, my nose is acting up. I'm gonna finish this soon. But the matches themselves were see what I told you? The matches themselves were not that good in my eyes. Like the WWE tag match was good, but it got kind of a screwy finish. The tag matches were very underwhelming in my eyes from what I could have seen of them. I might have to go back and check to see if they were any good anyway. And the Universal title match, I guess it was good, but it was let down by some lesser carnage and a predictable winner. But the Rumbles themselves, I thought they were pretty good. Well, I'll see what other people think later. Anyway, we'll see how things go, and I'm gonna probably go to bed after I upload this video. But one final message: AJ versus Nakamura is good and all, but please, WWE, do not do Reigns Lesnar. Please, anybody else, but don't do that fucking match.